Yeah, great plays by them. Corner blitz, and trying to throw a hot reaction, and the guy jumps up and catches it. Great play. Next one, tip ball, lands right in that guy's hands. So, yeah, good plays by them.
Did you feel like you guys were kind of playing the exact type of game you wanted to play before those two, like exactly how you would have scripted it out to go win?
Yeah, we were playing pretty good. We got a turnover in the red zone. We sputtered on a couple drives, but for the most part, we were moving it pretty good. We were in a good spot.
How dialed in was that first half, especially from a third down perspective, and how did you walk out to the field in the second half? What was going through your mind?
Yeah, we were executing. O-line was protecting. We were making plays. We were doing a good job.
Is there anything you could have done differently on that Denver play?
Could have thrown it higher, I guess, but the linebacker was running out there underneath of it. So if I threw it higher, he might have gotten involved too. Not really. That was our reaction to that.
Is this just kind of one of those games where does it feel like a playoff game where the team that just was able to make a couple of those plays was just going to win? Did it feel like that as y'all went down the stretch?
Yeah. It was playoff atmosphere. We know what kind of game it was for us. Them too. And then, yeah, it was intense out there. Guys were fighting their butts off.
Did Bill show you anything different than what you saw on film this week?
They always do things a little different against us, but that's what we expected. They were mixing a lot of things up. They started pressuring more in the second half. I thought we handled it well. Yeah, we knew what to expect. We knew how they like to play us from past meetings, and we had the answers.
When you lobbied hard for the team to resign Higgins in addition to Jamar this offseason, you obviously didn't get much opportunity to see how it all looked. Is this like what you envisioned, the type of offense that you guys could be and the type of outfit that you would be to an opponent when you guys are all clicking like you did today?
Yeah, we know what we can be. We know what we can do, when we execute. And we were able to execute today for the most part. And we just got to do more.
Going forward, Joe, last 4 games, your mental outlook, how do you approach the last 4 games?
Just go out and play well. Go out, have fun, play football. That's what I love to do. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. I'm going to keep doing it at a high level.
Is it bittersweet to have playoff-like atmosphere today, but knowing that this might be the only shot you get at that field this season? I haven't really got to feel that over the last couple of years. I mean, how frustrating or bitter does that make all of this?
Yeah, obviously we're not where we want to be as a team or an organization. 4-9 is not good. But we got 4 games to go and show high-level execution, high-level playmaking. I'm going to relish the opportunity to go out and play with these guys, and continue to try to put on a show for everybody watching. I hope that that comes across, and I hope that I know I'm going to continue to work hard to put myself in a good position to make plays.
Is the hard thing, Joe, that you see what it looks like now, the whole offense is healthy, how effective you guys can be, that you just might be out of time now with the record and how late it is this season?
Yeah, I mean that's how the cookie crumbled this year. Obviously, I would have loved to have been out there more and be able to make an impact, but that wasn't the case. And I fought my butt off to get back to this spot and to be able to be out there with everybody and for our organization in the city. So that's what I'm going to continue to do. I take it very seriously. I love what I do, and I'm going to continue to do it.
Playing in the game. Some of the catches that Higgins made today. What some of your descriptions of your relationship with him and how he's able to just make spectacular plays like that?
Yeah, T's great. And both of those guys, Jamar and T, know that teams are going to have different plans to take one of them away, and they did not want number one to beat him today. And so when that happens, then T's got to step up and make big plays, which he did. And some that we would have liked to have back too. Mike G made a ton of plays today. We had guys making plays all over the field, and unfortunately, we just weren't able to pull it out.
What's it like playing a guy in a game with a guy like Josh? I mean, do you feel like you got to match him, or what's that like trying to keep pace?
Yeah, we knew what kind of game it was going to be. Obviously, he's a great player and makes plays in all kinds of situations. And I think the last play was the epitome of who he is as a player. You got to account for everything with him, and he did a great job today.
Over the next 4 games, you said organizationally not where y'all want to be. What would you hope to see over the next 4 games to show you that this thing can't go where it needs to go in 26?
I don't know. We're just going to go out and try to execute and play well and win games. We'll look at all the big picture stuff when it's all said and done this year.
This is like a lot of games you guys have been in, shootouts where you come and you score a bunch of points and don't get there. How do you handle mentally being in so many of these where 34 isn't enough?
Yeah, I mean, that might have. I think I've matured this year and gained some perspective on everything when I was out, and I'm just grateful to be out there and be able to be a quarterback in the NFL and be one of the best. I don't take that for granted, and I work really hard to, like I said, put myself in a position to do that, just like everybody else in there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm a player, and I'm going to go and try to play as good as I can and see where we're at.
The first touchdown to T, that was did that even make it? That he made that catch?
No, I've seen him make that catch a million times. That's one where you just put some air on it and let T go and make a play, and that's what T does.
What does it say about T that he really fought to do everything he could to stay in the game? Really was adamant that he wanted. What does that say about him?
Yeah, T's a tough guy. I think he's gotten tougher over the years. Back in the day, he would get hit and I'd hold my breath because he would lay there for a second and then he'd pop back up. I think everybody remembers that. Now his pop-up game is pretty good, so that's good to see. Doesn't scare me quite as much, but he's as tough as they come, and he's going to continue to make big-time plays in big-time spots. That's who he is.
Does that mean a lot to you when guys are tough like that, or have that kind of mentality about them? What does that say to you?
Yeah, well, it gives me a lot of confidence throwing them the ball in a lot of different situations. I'm going to protect them with the ball as much as I can, over the middle in vulnerable positions. But, sometimes in big spots, you're going to have to fit a ball in there where a receiver is going to know that he's going to get hit. And when you have guys like T and all of our guys, really, it gives you a lot of confidence to try to fit that ball in those windows because they can handle it.
You talked about the perspective from being out and maybe how that's helped shape how you view this season. Is it a hard balance between, I believe on Thanksgiving you said you get paid a lot of money to play a kids game, you're out there playing in the snow in a game against, one of the top quarterbacks. You're having fun, you don't come out to win, to enjoy that moment while also knowing you're not where you want to be. Is that a hard balance to make sure that you remember these moments, but it doesn't overshadow how you feel about what you guys need to do so that you're playing in the playoffs?
Yeah, that's been a struggle for the last couple of years, but I've grown and matured and understood the position that we find ourselves in, and certainly the last 10 weeks has shown me a lot. Like I said, I'm just happy to be out there. We want to win games and be in the playoffs and do everything that we say that we're capable of doing. But when I came back, I knew it was going to be an uphill battle. We were 3-8 at that point. That's certainly not a playoff caliber position to be in. And really, we're still not out of it. We're going to be 3 games back. I don't know who won between the Ravens and the Steelers. Does anybody have some information for me? Who did?
Steelers won.
Steelers won. I think that makes it a little tougher. That probably lowers our chances even more, but you know, that's how the cookie crumbles. I knew, like I said, I knew it was going to be an uphill battle for us when I was coming back, and that's not, you know, that wasn't really in my thought process too much. I just wanted to come back and put on a show and play well in front of everybody.
So Gesicki said you guys, that touchdown to him made it 20. Kind of came up with that in practice a little bit, right? That was kind of threw that up in practice a little bit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was a fun one. You know, we saw a look in practice and, you know, talked about it after, and it was just like, Mike, if you get that look, go ahead and do that. That's what he did, and it was exactly how it played out in practice. You know, slightly different, but very similar. And so, to be able to execute that, that was fun. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Josh.